Welcome back to the Kaiser Report. I'm Max Kaiser. Time now to turn to Luke Mitchell and Jordan Fish, key developers of Maxcoin. That's right, Maxcoin. We're going to mine the Genesis block right here on this pre-recorded live television show. Luke and Jordan, welcome to the Kaiser Report.
Thank you.
All right, so tell us about the Maxcoin. What is it? We'll start with you, Jordan.
Well, it's an altcoin, another one of them, but we've added some special stuff in.
We have indeed.
Okay, let me go to my next question. When you set out to create a new crypto, as you are doing right now, this Maxcoin, what are the first questions that you need to ask? Such things as the hashing method and rate. What are the options? Why have you? What have you chosen for Maxcoin? Look.
Well, at the moment, there's a lot of altcoins that are kind of clones of Bitcoin or Litecoin, and that don't really have any special features per se. They're just clones where somebody's either tinkered with the amount of coins in circulation, often for maximum profit, or they haven't really altered the technology in any way. So we set out to make one that was, in some respects, different and better. So we have a new hashing algorithm, one called Ketchak, which is the SHA-free hashing algorithm selected by the NIST. So there's a consortium of people that chose over 5 years the most secure hashing algorithm to use.
Okay, stop. Let's roll back for a second.
Okay.
Hashing algorithms, or hashing as the term, let's just talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
So in other words, a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, every 10 minutes or so are released into the community after the proof of concept has been run for all the transactions up until that moment.
Yes.
And that's a hashing.
That's a hashing function.
The hashing function, which is for Bitcoin, is up to like 5 petaflops or something. Some enormous amount of
a huge
energy.
amount of power going into it, and that is essentially increasing the trust in the network every single time a block is mined. And the hashing algorithm is the mathematics that underlie that principle.
It confirms all the transactions.
Yeah.
So you've got a hashing methodology that is better in some degree. So talk about that, or different.
Well, it's different in that it's the most current, up-to-date one. So SHA-256, which is what Bitcoin uses, is the previous generation of hashing function. So whilst it's tried and tested, it's also slower, and there are attacks known against it. So we decided, let's use a new one. Let's use Ketchak, which is, as I said, it's been selected after 5 years of rigorous competition. So we decided to use that. And we also thought about trying to launch a crypto coin in a way that's really fair and that utilizes parameters that isn't only beneficial to the developers.
Or early adopters.
I should mention you guys are from Bristol University, which appears to be a hotbed of this type of technology. Also home of the Bristol Pound, another alternative currency.
Yeah, indeed.
So to get to your point here, with this mining that goes on, there's a point now where people are using these very expensive ASIC mining rigs to mine coins, which is essentially mining is the word used to solve these mathematical problems that releases the coins into the community. So you're suggesting now that this is not expensive mining, ASIC mining, not required?
Well, for the moment, yeah. So if we launch using a new hashing algorithm, there aren't any ASICs that are tuned or created at the moment in order to solve a crypto coin problem using this hashing algorithm. So if you have Bitcoin, then most people can't afford to buy an ASIC miner, so they don't really have any chance of mining their own coins.
So it's a bit of barrier to entry.
Exactly.
Because the mathematical problems get more difficult as the mining progresses to make it it's a limited supply and to create that mining analogy.
Exactly.
Yeah, and even with script coins now, people have GPU farms set up. Every script coin that comes out, they can use the same set of GPUs to mine it. With a new one, you can't.
Okay, let's mine the Genesis block right now.
Okay.
So open up your laptop, and this is going to be the launch of a crypto, essentially.
Yeah, indeed.
This is exactly what happened to Satoshi Nakamoto in 2009. This is the moment. We're recreating a moment that
we are recreating an event. Exactly.
But it's called Maxcoin. It's an alternative currency, an altcoin, which is going to be trading alongside other altcoins, and there are now 100 or so altcoins. But let's go ahead. So you are going to mine the Genesis block. Proceed.
Proceed. Okay, I'm doing so. It's not overly exciting, I'm afraid. I'm going to warn you.
Basically, you're hitting a start button.
Yes.
So what happened just now? So
at the moment, when you mine a Genesis block, you need to set up a few parameters within the code. So we need to give it the time at which we're going to mine it. You specify a particular string, something along the lines of Max Kaiser launches his own altcoin. And then you let the transaction work for a little while, then eventually it spits out the hash for the first coin in the blockchain, which is the public ledger that details all of the transactions up to date, and that's what mining constitutes, is adding to that ledger. So I'm going to quickly build the application and let it run. And in a second, it's going to tell me the Genesis block hash.
I can feel it. I can
Yeah,
feel
it's
it
happening
in
right
my
now.
mind. I feel as though you're mining my mind. This is a psychic equity conversion. I simply thought about currency, and now it exists in some kind of cyber dimension. But let's talk about people's discussion about crypto, and it's becoming quite huge, of course, because Bitcoin's become a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's spawning all kinds of startups and venture capital. There's a question about all these altcoins. Where do they fit into the universe? Does creating multiple altcoins, does it dilute the whole Bitcoin crypto experience? What are your thoughts?
I think some introduce people to Bitcoin. I think Doge will have brought people that wouldn't have bought Bitcoin into cryptocurrency.
I'm sorry, what?
The Doge coin.
Doge.
Yeah.
Or Doge.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Doge, the Doge of Venice. The Doge is, I believe, or maybe Doggy. But okay,
We'll go with
so this is it's a $60 million capitalization of a crypto coin, and it's launched really by a community using exactly what we just did.
Exactly, this technology.
Right, but different parameters.
Yep.
Different mining parameters, different hash
Different
rates,
hashing
different
algorithm, exactly.
Right. And so, but it has this very thriving community, the people that support it, and as such, because more people support it, it has a rise in market capitalization. And you're saying that it's important, it's good, because it's drawing people into the crypto space. Is that right?
Yeah, I think the target audience for that coin is very different to the Bitcoin target audience, but it gets people into cryptocurrency. And I think there are some altcoins that are detrimental to Bitcoin because some are just released as pure scam coins. Insta-mined or pre-mined. So I think fair distribution is really important when you do launch an altcoin. The altcoin environment kind of seems like a place where you can test new features. So you can try something out, like ZeroCoin is trying out a shared blockchain, so you can't see who gave money to who. On the Bitcoin blockchain, you can see every transaction processing. On ZeroCoin, they don't want that to happen at all.
See, going to this whole crypto experience, I mean, a lot of people, when Bitcoin was first launched, they made the comparison to SETI, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, which was a program that allowed all laptop CPUs to join in and solve problems for, I guess, NASA to sort through radio frequencies. And they were using the network to, the combined distributed network, to do something that no one computer could do. And you have a distributed network effect.
Yeah.
Here, with a cryptocurrency, instead of having one central bank, you have a distributed central bank of tens of thousands of computers, like this one now with Maxcoin, but others with other cryptos or Bitcoin, that are essentially hashing the hashing algorithms in place. They're solving these problems. But the idea is it's all distributed, right? That's the big difference between a cryptocurrency and, let's say, the dollar or a pound, is that they're all centralized with a central bank.
Yeah.
This is a decentralized currency. Is that an important feature? And what do you think?
Well, I think so completely, because I think it gives power back to the people using something. It essentially means that you don't have to trust a third party in order to control your money, to look after it, to maintain the system, because everybody who has a vested interest in it, who has their money in Bitcoin, say, is running the client and is contributing to the network. And I think you've seen it with other technologies such as Tor, which is massively important for encryption, but things like SETI and folding at home, which are distributed scientific proof of work. I think decentralized networks are almost the future of the internet, because it means you don't have to pay somebody in order to sit there in the middle and mediate something. You get to contribute yourself, and it's everybody else doing the work.
Now, you're in Bristol. Our show, Kaiser Reports in the UK, we got 2 million viewers here in the UK. We got 20 million worldwide. Okay. You guys have seen our show, undoubtedly, and we're always bashing bankers. We say they're all basically scum.
Yes.
Okay. Now, as students, is that message resonating and is that part of why you're going into a crypto environment? In other words, there's a transition going on in finance and around the world. You're this kind of next generation to step out into the world stage. Is this what you see as the banking? Is this what you perceive as banking today, versus, let's say, the old school HSB, Barclays, all the scandals that they're involved with? Are you willing to just say, to hell, screw you guys, this is banking now, this is the new 21st century reality?
I would like to see that happen. I've paid for beers in Bitcoin now, I've paid for bits and pieces in shops, and as far as I can tell, there are more and more websites and vendors that are starting to accept it. And if it gets to the point where I can live my life without having to use a bank, where I can control it on my phone or from my laptop, I see no problem in doing that.
What's the story with Kitty Coin? Okay, because Jordan, talk about Kit. Is it? I mean, and again, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, Kitty or Kitty, but it came out after Dogecoin. So what's up with Kitty Coin?
It's become a bit of a penny alt, and
a penny alternative. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a bit like penny stocks. I bought it at 2 Satoshi, I think, and then it had like a panic rush up to about 35. And then you tweeted about it, and it had a panic rush up to about 130. I don't know what it's currently at. I think it's about 90 right now.
Right, so you paid a Satoshi for it. Now, Satoshi is a subdivisible of a Bitcoin.
Yeah, the lowest divisible amount.
Which is was it divisible to 8 places? Or 8 places. So that's a Satoshi.
Yeah.
And you, on one of these crypto exchanges, like, was it Cryptsy?
I bought it on Coined Up.
Coined Up.
Which is the slowest site in the world.
It's the slowest site in the world. That's not a good thing. But can people, Maxcoin will be listed where?
We have CoinZ, so they'll list it straight away.
CoinZ, okay.
Yeah, we have another exchange that we've written ourselves.
Yeah, we have an exchange in the works at the moment.
Okay.
Which will just be Maxcoin to Bitcoin.
So people can convert pounds into Maxcoin on an exchange, and then they can convert it into Doge, Kitty, or Bitcoin, or dollars, or pounds, or yen, right?
Yeah.
So it's, to get back to this point, we only have about 30 seconds, but any crypto transactions that are pulling money away from the fiat world is decapitalizing the fiat world and decapitalizing all the fraud of the fiat world. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think so. The market caps of altcoins are getting kind of silly now as well. I think a few of them, I don't know what the Bitcoin market cap's at right now, but there are a few more that are just enormous.
Can the Maxcoin take on Doge? It's got a 60 million market cap. I mean, can we get Maxcoin above 60 million in market cap?
I think that's the aim.
Doge, you're going down, Doge. Forget Kitty. All gone. Well, we're out of time, guys. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for being on the Kaiser Report. And we'll obviously be tracking this very closely in the Kaiser Report. And anyone who watches this show is going to get a leg up on mining these coins. So thanks so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, and that's going to do it for this edition of the Kaiser Report with me, Max Kaiser, and Stacey Herbert. I'd like to thank our guests, Luke Mitchell and Jordan Fish, creators of Maxcoin, the most exciting altcoin in the universe today. Now, ready to be mined. Now, if you'd like to get in touch with us, tweet us at Kaiser Report. Until next time, bye, y'all.